Greetings and good morning. Happy Monday and happy Victoria Day to Canadian friends. We're here with our usual little check-in to see what can we focus on letting go of this new week. You know, in Canada, we kind of consider this the beginning of summer. So I hope whatever you're up to today is allowing you to be a wee bit outside and embrace the changing of the seasons, coming into more warmer weather. And being outside, I think, is a really important part. I went for a walk in the woods yesterday, and I actually shared it on Facebook that the trilliums are out. This is always such a beautiful time when you go into the woods, and there's masses of trilliums can come out in this area. So it was really fun to see them coming out. So just feeling into, if you're here live, say hi. But what I like to do is to just kind of sit with you, see what's the energy, where's the moon at, what's the planets doing, and how's it affecting us. During these times of change, it's nice to just create a little bit of time and just see, how are you feeling? What's going on? What's coming up for you? Are you doing the self-soothing, nurturing things that you actually really need for yourself? And why I'm saying that, you know, the phases of the moon, I love tracking the phases of the moon because it really helps see how things are impacting us and what we need to focus on. And so what we're actually in the phase of at the moment, because I think it's the 22nd is the next new moon, which is when we start the whole cycle. So right now, as we're in waning crescent type phases of the moon, it's all about surrender. And you know, I don't know about you, but good morning, Ruth Ann. Nice to see you here. I don't know about you, but I love this idea of surrender. This is not surrender from a space of I'm giving up. This is a surrender from the aspect of letting go. That's what letting go is very, very much to me a powerful place of taking control and ownership of the things that are yours. So, you know, last week I was talking about Saturn Retrograde that we're in from, it started last week, and we're in this until the end of September. This is all about taking personal responsibility, which surrender is a really big part of. Surrender is saying, I'm not going to stress out or take on other things that are beyond my control. I'm only going to focus on what's right for me, what aligns me. You see me do this a lot. This to me is like the sense of I'm going to connect and align with my calling, with my soul's purpose. And that's what I encourage you to look at. How can you let go of things that are beyond your control, that don't serve you, don't serve who you're becoming, and walk this amazing time that we're going through. We're all in this together. And I think the more we can take responsibility and ownership for who we are, how we show up, what we're talking about, what we're giving our attention to, that's your part. That is each one of us taking our responsibility for what our piece, our offering in this collective, in this energy of the whole. So I'm really big, I feel really strong about the responsibility aspect. So that's what kind of coming up for me. Like I said, new moon on the 22nd. So as you're going through this week and whatever comes up with the letting go aspect, you could maybe, just maybe, gently, kindly, lovingly have a think on what would you like to set as intentions starting on Friday. So you've got a whole week of just nurturing, taking it at a really good pace for you. So all that being said, just take a nice deep breath with me. We'll just land into this moment. See if you can feel into that sense of surrender, of leaning into the support that all is well, everything's on track. We are all on the right path, making the right choices. And let's see. As you do that, just see. Ask the question internally. And it doesn't matter if you're watching this live with me or you're watching the recording, you can still do this in this moment. Just what is the best thing for me to let go of or to focus on letting go of during this week? And let's see what's going to come up for us today. And it's limitations. I like that. Limitations. So we're going to look at where is limitations come up. You know, when I was saying things about we are all on track, everything's happening at the right time, I'm sure that you are saying, no, it's not. I didn't sign up for this. Well, things are limited. There's that thing, right? There is so many limitations and what ifs, and just take a deep breath and focus on what you can do, not the restrictions or the lack. Just what can you do in this moment? So let me read this out to you. See how limitation comes up. What does that mean to you? Do you need to journal it out? Do you need to speak out where you feel like you're blocking or you are playing small or feeling limited? Again, surrender and give up those things that are making you doubt your alignment or your path. Hope that makes sense. So limitations. I start this with a quote from Richard Bach. It says, "Don't believe what your eyes are telling you. All they show you is limitation. Look with your understanding. Find out what you already know, and you'll see the way to fly." I love that. Remember to question everything and to always check whether your thoughts and your beliefs are empowering or limiting you. Many people are not even consciously aware of the many limiting beliefs we have and how these beliefs were handed down to us from our friends, family, peers, media, and so on. Based on all of these beliefs, we created our own reality, our own world. Based on all of these beliefs and limitations, we created the life we now live, not realizing that many of the beliefs are not even ours. So that's a really big piece of limitation. So question, ask yourself. I was saying that just the other day. Keep asking questions. Whose thought is this? Whose mindset is this? Whose belief is this? Whose pattern is this? And check in. Sorry, that's my wee rant. It's time for you to move past the limitations of your mind. All too often we play small or stuck because of something that limited us or blocked us in our previous way of being. Today is a new day, and you are much bigger than any perceived limitation. Time to fly and bring the fullness of who you truly are into this game of life. This beautiful energy and really in alignment with what I was saying to you about where's the moon and this Saturn retrograde. Jupiter's in retrograde now too. And so those two are really helping us go deep into watching the circle of life of where we've been, where we're going, letting go of the things that we are no longer. It's about, so really encourage you to keep asking the question, is this mine? Does this serve me? Is this part of who I'm becoming? Maybe it's time for a re-inventory or a check-in. So I'm just shuffling my tarot cards because I like to pull one tarot card to get a wee bit more support on the idea of letting go limitations. And then we'll pull 3 angel cards before we wrap this off for today. So let's see what tarot card will come up to support us today. And it's the 3 of Wands. I like that a lot. So the 3 of Wands, you know, I love the 3 of Wands because it's very much about tapping you on your shoulder to make sure that you're following your purpose, what you're called to share and be and do. So the symbology of the 3 of Wands, if you look at it, so here's someone looking at his ship, wondering, contemplating, where am I headed? But if you look at this, you're facing forward with 1 wand and there's 2 behind him. So this is the idea of that letting go and constantly asking questions is, am I bringing all of my gifts in front of me? Am I using them, sharing them, being them? And is there pieces that I need to integrate or reintegrate into my way of being, my way of showing up in this game of life that I just said, right? So this is beautiful timing for that, because maybe you could surrender into being shown or ask for the signs of what other aspects or tools do you tools I'm saying or aspects of you, what else are you called upon to bring into being? That's our responsibility. So there's the big theme: letting go, surrendering, and taking ownership and responsibility on the core level, on like really allowing your essence to shine. So taking one more deep breath, we're just going to, this is a big week. This is bigger than I thought it was going to be today. So let's see what loving angel cards. This is Doreen Virtue's angel cards that I like to use for these wee sessions that we do once a week. So let's see what comes up for us today. This is beautiful. Watch this. So intention. So how about setting the intention to surrender to who you truly are at the core, letting go of limitations, of lack, of inherited patterns and beliefs and ideas. Set the intention to align, right? And in doing that, accept all that you are. Self-acceptance is a really crucial part in allowing you to let go of the things that don't serve you. If you try and punish yourself or pretend or criticize yourself for something, for a pattern or a limitation or an inherited belief, you're going to hold on to it, because what you resist persists. And so it's just to accept that, just kind of levels the ground and says, okay, this is what it is. Then you can set the intentions, and look what happens is you get your prayers answered. So this is very much about intention, but on a gentle way. This is not about taking action. This is about really watching, asking your questions, flowing with your inner guidance. I hope that makes sense. I feel like this is a really epic week for us. So see how that goes for you. Where does limitations come up for you, and how can you let them go? And when I talk about letting go, I'm talking about choosing not to think things, thanking them, journaling, meditating, speaking things out. Give me a shout if you need some help on releasing and letting go of any limitations. Much love to you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again next week.